briefly, and you're in the same party as Colin. Can you just, I know, what's Colin's sort of role and what's your role in the party?
Right. Okay. So Colin is the national co-spokesperson for the Scottish Socialist Party. So
who's Colin with?
Sorry.
Who's the other person?
The other person is Natalie Reid.
Right, Natalie Reid.
My role is I'm a member of the executive committee of the Scottish Socialist Party, and I'm chair of the local branch here in the Lothians.
Are you? Ah, right, okay, that's interesting. So, let me ask you a question. Is Labour going to win today?
I think there's no doubt Labour's going to win the election, yeah.
And what they seem to be the centre, or the authoritarian centre, or what we would call the globalists, are one to bring in more identity politics. That's what Sir Keir Starmer has done. That's what the SNP have done. Colin said that the SSP, Scottish Socialist Party, are not really big on the identitarian, almost Nazi-esque identitarian politics. What is that correct? Is that the correct sort of?
The Scottish Socialist Party's view is that the issue is class. It's not your identity should be your class. I identify as working class. That's my first identity.
I identify as sexy class.
Good on you.
And people say, "Oh, you're very sexy. You're class," and that's what they say. And then, so I'm sexy class. Does that fit into the sort of?
No, that is a bit weird politics. No, we believe as Marx is mostly Marxists probably, but a broad left-wing party.
Now, I never really deliberately cast this up to Colin, but obviously there's been, let's just say, one or two deaths under Marxism, and advances of Marxism, and even I don't know if you know this, a lot of people have either been mistaught, and it's not common to know this, that Hitler was in a communist political party in 1919, which was led by a Jew. He was actually a Jewish communist funeral in 1919 that's been confirmed by the leader of the Jewish communist son. I don't know if you know this. And also Mussolini. Now, Antifa, it took me a wee while to understand about Antifa. Antifa, apparently, in Scotland and I think throughout the world, are a combination. I thought it was just anarcho-syndicalist and anarcho-communist, which is the libertarian left. I'm a libertarian centrist. I thought this was the libertarian left. But they also formulate with the authoritarian left, which would be the tankies or the Stalinists. So both the libertarian left and the authoritarian left. Now, from history, what happened in such as Russia, which was coming into the USSR, was the authoritarian left murdered all the libertarian left. So that was the Bolsheviks versus the Mensheviks, which is not really talked about. And where are you on the left-right sort of spectrum? Or not the left-right, sorry, apologies. The authoritarian versus libertarian spectrum of the Marxism and Engelsism, which is not really talked about so much.
Well, we're democratic socialists. We're a democratic socialist party. We believe in the right of every nation to self-determination. That's why we support Scottish independence, for instance. We believe that every nation has the right to determine its own future, and that the future those decisions belong in the hands of the working class, because we're the majority. We believe in the end of class. We believe in Marxism. We believe in do away with the class system entirely, and that way doing away with the state. Because the state.
So you're more of an anarcho-communist.
No, we're not anarchists at all. No. What we are, we believe that, and like Marx and Lenin spoke of, the state is an instrument for the ruling class. Whatever that ruling class might be, the state's role is to support that ruling class. We believe that what we need to do is
all right, okay,
to do away with class altogether.
Uh-huh.
Do away the currently you've got as you know, as you understand, you've got the proletariat, which is us, the working classes.
Yep.
And you've got the bourgeoisie, which is the labour of the working classes.
Uh-huh.
We believe that classes must be done away with, but that takes time. That's a process. It's not something you just demolish you do away with the bourgeoisie.
And how will that happen? How will that transition happen?
Well, that happens through the you've currently got the bourgeois state. We'd replace that with a workers' state, so that the workers would be in charge. The proletariat would be in charge. But the whole point of the workers' state is that its job would be to abolish class altogether.
Do you know in Engels' writing in Neue Reichsche Zeitung, I think that's how you pronounce it, which was Marx's publication, that Engels wrote in, that he advocated genocide against the Scots, saying that there were two, the Scots, I'm talking about the Irish Scots from northern Scotland, and they said that there were two stages below capitalism, and it was only socialists that advocated genocide, hence why Hitler came out of the Marxist principles. In Germany, the Marxist party was the Social Democrats. That was the National Socialists, who are not, I'm not saying that they are classical Marxists, but came out of Marxism. The National Socialists came out of the party that Hitler was in, which was run by the Jewish guy, the Bavarian Socialist Party, which was in connection with Russia at the time, or moving into the communist regimes, and the major political figures in National Socialism were out of the Bavarian Socialist Party and the Social Democrats, who were the Marxist Party, which was set up. Well, I don't know what it was set up by Marx, but certainly Marx was involved in it. I can't remember what he said. So, always happens in the middle of interviews. Did you know that?
I've never heard of this Engels advocating genocide. Did you see the publication was called?
Neue Reichsche Zeitung, and which is Marx's publication, but Engels wrote in Marx's publication, and the only socialists were the first one to advocate genocide. Not to mention, we know what's happened in not one communist country, but in numerous communist countries. I could list them, whether it be USSR, China, under the starvation in Ethiopia, was under a left-wing regime, Cambodia, Vietnam. There's been about 100 million deaths under the teachings of Marx and Engels so far over the years.
Not under the teachings of Marx and Engels. They might claim to be Marxists, they might claim to be communists, they might claim to be socialists. That doesn't make it so. Keir Starmer claims to be a socialist.
Was he not a Trotskyist?
He may well have been, but he's no socialist.
I would say he was a globalist now. I would say he has. I do agree. I think there is a crossover, but I think Keir Starmer, and it's good they were actually talking about this on the day where he might get elected, that Keir Starmer was actually a shill for the globalists. He's part of the Trilateral Commission. He's part of Davos, which is a corporatist club. It's certainly not a socialist club. But Peter Hitchens had said that he was an actual Trotskyist when he was younger, and that's possibly why him and Corbyn go on well, because obviously I would say Corbyn had some deep left-wing views as well. Underneath that, would you agree?
I believe that Corbyn is a socialist. This is what I hear from people that know Corbyn. They say that he's a socialist. What the socialist is doing in the Labour Party, I don't know. But
yeah, I agree.
There you go.
I agree.
But the point is that a lot of people claim to be socialist. Stalin was never a socialist. That's not socialism. Mao was not a socialist.
Pol Pot, which is probably the Green Party.
Absolutely.
Which is now the Green Party manifested into the Scottish Greens.
No, Paul Pot was definitely not a socialist.
But I mean, okay, well, Hitler wasn't a Nazi then. How about that?
Hitler wasn't. Hitler invented Nazism. Hitler invented it.
Well, he
You're
did.
right you're right to say that he was a member of the German Social Democratic Workers' Party.
No, I think it was before, but I think the one I'm talking about, which is the Bavarian Socialist Soviet thing, mate. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but he went to a Jewish guy, which is obviously ironic because he murdered so many Jews. But he went to a Jewish comrade, and he was a soldier in 1919 in the communist. The Bavarian Communist Party. It's not Marxism, National Socialism. I'm saying it's out of Marxism. It's like identity politics that the left are pushing just now, putting everybody in their wee tribes, like gays, and you know what's going on just now. Same with the SNP, the identitarian left. The Hitler would have been the identitarian left. It's not obviously the same people you're discriminating against. It could have been black people, could have been other people, but it's the identitarian left that's a bit of an issue just now. Whereas I understand that the SSP are more of the workers, it's more of a class left.
Yes, that's the whole point of the Scottish Socialist Party, is that we are the workers' party. We're a party for the workers, for the proletariat. Yeah. Those that are familiar with the terms, we support the proletariat against the bourgeoisie. We support the workers against the bosses. We support the working class against the exploiting class.
And do you support the nationalists versus the globalists?
We don't support nationalists at all.
Okay, well let me put it another way, because that would be better from where I come from. Would you support the individual over the globalists? Because there's obviously a globalist technocracy, which I'm sure you're aware of being in politics, like from Davos, and all the corporatists go to Davos to actually then tell us what we're all going to be doing, and they really set the agenda. What's the SSP's position on that?
The SSP's position, like I say, a lot of this about Davos and everything, a lot of this stuff about Davos and all that kind of thing, is there's a lot of conspiracy theory around it. The truth is, the fact is, that the bourgeoisie, the ruling class, the exploiting class are in charge. It doesn't matter if they're in Davos, or if they're in Westminster, or if they're in Holyrood, or if they're round the corner there with Bailey Gifford. It's the exploiting class that lives off the back of the labour of the workers. Mm-hmm. That's basic Marxism. That's basic Marxism.
But that Marxism, the oppressed and oppressor has gone on to the identity politics that all Asian people are oppressed now by white people in Scotland, or all gay people are oppressed by heterosexual people. That initial Marxist identitarian in the class, not identitarian in identity, but identitarian in the workers, the oppressed and oppressor, the workers versus the proletariat, has spilled out into the universities and has now become, oh, I'm oppressed, I don't know, somebody called me a naughty word, and things like that. So that's what we're going to get for the next 4 years under Starmer, because A, he's a diddy, and B, we're going to get that oppressed oppressor, which started in class Marxism, which is now going to tumble on to identitarian Marxism.
No, see, what you're doing there, you're confusing two issues.
Okay.
You're saying people on the left, some people that claim to be on the left, yes, they're into identity politics.
Yeah.
And they can be on the left.
Well, it's not. I'm talking about the oppressed oppressor paradigm.
Yes, no, the socialist view of oppression is the oppression of the working classes by the exploiting class. The proletariat exploited and oppressed by the bourgeoisie.
Okay.
That's what it comes down to.
Okay.
It's not about whether you're black or white or gay or straight or trans or whatever else. It's about your state, it's about your class. Are you working class, or are you bourgeois? Are you part of the bourgeoisie? Are you exploiting class? These are that's the thing that matters. That's the important thing. For socialists, for real socialists.
Michael, I hope I'm going to get a wee chat with you again. The Scottish Socialist Party, for some reason, is very popular on here, but it's always good to get chats with people as well, Michael, and get different perspectives and understanding, political understanding of different perspectives.
Okay. Well,
Michael,
nice to speak to you,
my
David.
name's David, and welcome to the Guerilla TV channel.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks
All the
very
best
much,
to you.
mate. Thanks. So, listen up, troops. Obviously, I've just been doing some technical palaver, which I'm sure you're probably not really interested in, on the way, obviously, for tonight's catastrophic election results. Catastrophic some ways, good in others, but we will be going live. I don't know what time we're going to go live. I've got certain things to do because I've changed and updated the computer system. So we'll be going live, doing the results, jumping on to other streams to promote them as well. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Unfortunately, Keir Starmer is going to trounce everybody, but make sure you go out and vote for reform. Don't tactically vote, just vote reform. It's not one party versus another, it's one party versus about 6 globalist parties. And it's time that we started showing them. Vote reform, buddy, well done, John. That's it, I've already voted, I'll get my vote up. Not allowed to take the reform. And yeah, just get out there, vote reform. Don't do anything different, just vote reform. Doesn't matter, the bad guys are going to get in anyway. Britain needs reform, it certainly does, John. It certainly does. So Britain, yeah, Britain will get some reform. I'm sure reform elected candidates, the good people down in Clacton, will get our first reform candidate in Nigel. I was correct again. I front run everything. I told you guys that Nigel should come back. Came back. Told you she should stand in Clacton. Stood in Clacton. Everything I said was going to come to pass. Could reform get 18 seats? Oh, 18 seats. That's going to be incredible. And now we're going to be stuck with the dough balls of the Labour Party for the next 4 years. I mean, really. If you're that stupid that you probably shouldn't have a vote, man. If you're that stupid, you're voting for Labour with all the idiots, all the identitarian policies. Davy Nostradamus, exactly. The idiots that you've got for the Labour Party. You shouldn't be getting a vote, man. It's going to be the SNP, probably on steroids, with all the dough balls in the SNP with their identitarian politics. So yeah, that's it. It's going to be the same. It's not a nationalist policy. It's not a British national policy. It's basically wokey rubbish from the wokey left-wing rubbish that we're going to get, and also mass immigration. That's what they're trying to do to us and for us, apparently for us. So go out there, vote reform. It's time for a change. If there's going to be requirements for a democratic change. If the reform get millions of votes and only get 18 seats on the wokey cokey, yeah, the wokey wefters. Don't forget, Keir Starmer's already the wokey. The wokey wefters, don't forget Keir Starmer's already said that he's a globalist shill anyway. So he's already said, I prefer to be in Davos, in his lispy voice. So, and then we've got Sarwar, who apparently his family were drug dealers. Oh, okay. And so yeah, so we're going to get more identitarian, anti-white, anti-straight, anti-men, but also anti-women as well. Don't forget there'll be the women that are affected as well. With Muslim rape gangs going unchallenged, and it'll be horrific. So we've got let's be prick. Why doesn't he piss off to Davos? Go and live with baldy Dr. Evil over there. Anasaurus. So yeah, it's terrific, guys. We're going to see a change designed by moi, and we're going to see a move away from the wokey, commie crap policies. And I'll be going live. I'll go live. I might actually do I want to speak about something that was said on the Lotus Eaters. And I might do a breakdown on what they've said. And what I'll talk to you about, obviously, as well. But told you, Nige's back, millions of votes. Hopefully he wins the good people of Clacton on Sea. A lovely bunch, been kicked out of their homes in London by the wokey wefters. The wokey wefters. And Nigel's back, and millions of votes. He's got mine as well, so millions of votes have just gone in for Nigel. Millions and millions. And yeah, it's now getting time for a change. We have 5 years of this to fix this. Yeah, certainly have, and it's not good from the fact that we're going to have to get like SNP and the doughballs in the Labour Party come on, Clacton back to Farage. Yeah, I think he'll get in, especially that black anti-white racist that they put up for Labour Party. I think he's going to get in anyway. I think the people of Clacton are too competent to not elect him. But it'll be interesting to see how many more get in. Even Nigel's just going to be the bridgehead anyway. Nigel by himself was out talking most of the people in the European Parliament, so as long as he's covered by the right people. But yeah, this is massive. It's massive. This is just a start. People think it's a finish. It's like, oh well, could Nigel have become Prime Minister this time? Possibly if he started 6 months ago, which I'd said to do. But yeah, it's all changing now. But we're now going to get mass immigration in a bigger scale, open door immigration, discrimination against Indigenous population. And it isn't Nigel, it's up to you. Well, I'm going to do my thing as well. So obviously I've not said anything about, or up to us. Yeah, that's more correct. That's correct. It is up to us. So I'll tell you after the election what happened with the reform, and even though that happened, I didn't spit my dummy out. So excuse the typo. In the next few weeks, we'll have another political party, which I don't know if the UK needs another political party, but certainly Scotland does. And yeah, I think it'll surprise people where it's located, where the location is in the political spectrum. And it'll be excellent. I'm really looking forward to it. And by the time a cheeky wee corner for the election night, I'll be all working, John. I'm going to do a live stream right through it. Buddy. So we'll get on the TV and get it all set up. I reboot the computer, so it was all clean. There was no viruses, no problems on it. So I've rebooted the computer yesterday. I just need to make sure everything's operational for how to actually connect it to the internet. And I'll do a live stream right through the night. I've had a good sleep last night. Nice for me. Yeah, it's good. So tune in tonight. Go right through the night and we'll have a laugh, take the piss. And in the next few months, there'll be a new political party in Scotland that's reflective of the Scottish people. It's going to be more in line with what they believe, and we'll have I mean, obviously, I know not just politics, finance. I know that's all backwards. So we're going to have a massive change in the direction in Scotland. So by the next Scottish election, your old dad will be standing. So I've stood as an MP, a councillor, but your old dad will be standing for the Scottish Parliament, and I'll be destroying politicians left, right, and centre. Oh, it'll be like a bloodbath. It'll be like total war, and everybody will be getting slaughtered, politically slaughtered. Not metaphorically speaking, obviously. Verbally, should I say, slaughtered. With their bad ideas, with their ideas that don't make any sense, and with their fascistic ideas. So, me versus anybody. So, we will be setting up the political party in the next, probably in the next month, and I'll be registered long before the election. So, I will be standing. I don't know where I'm going to stand yet. I'll certainly be standing, and obviously the regional support will come into play as well if I'm first on the list, because don't I make them nervous? Aren't they worried about, because you can't really pigeonhole me just now, call me all nasty names and things like that. But I call people nasty names back, so I'm one of these, if you're going to give it, you're going to take it with me. That's the way I go. So if you're nice, I'm happy to talk to my political opponents in a civil and nice manner, but I'm not prepared to take it and not give it. That's certainly not my philosophy in life. So, but as you know, I'm very civil when it comes to people being civil and nice to me, and give people opportunities even if I don't necessarily agree with them. So why I'll tell you why I didn't join the Reform Party later, and why I didn't have any bad grudges. I didn't say, oh, I'm not doing this and not doing that. And, I didn't spit my tummy out. I still told you to vote Reform, and that was because that's the best political advice I could give you. Rather than me taking it anything personal, you have to take it on what's on the best interests of the populace. And voting Reform certainly was that. Unfortunately, we've got a bunch of donuts who are going to vote for the Labour Party, and we're going to get retards for the next 5 years. The people, so Keir Starmer, so to let you know, Keir Starmer has deliberately put in people who are not up to it, authoritarianly stuck these people in to positions that they probably wouldn't have got. No local representation. These people have just been stuck in to as political candidates on the say of Starmer, and these people aren't up to it. So we're going to have people who are in positions of power who are not going to be very good, who are going to be yes men, oh yes, against Starmer, all this, for the Lispy prick. So because it's true, Starmer is a trot. Well, Starmer is a trot. Don't forget, Trotskyism came out of Marxism. It's a bit like National Socialism, although that is correct. The Trotsky, I think that having spoken to the Trotskys, he'd let people be. Oh, I didn't see the rest of that. So, but Trotskyism came out of Leninism, but Leninism and all that's just a form of Marxism. It might be personal to them. National Socialism, which also came out of Leninism, came out of Marxism, is also a different type of Marxism, but the common sense, when I say something is Marxist, if it's Trotskyist or Leninist or Maoist, it doesn't really matter. Starmer is dogmatic. Ask Peter Hitchens. Exactly, mate. Exactly. I brought it up the other day there. That Peter Hitchens, who was the Jewish man who groomed Hitler, said on his deathbed that it's an ideology would take over the world. Oh, yeah, that's right, Preston journalist. Yeah, good man. I would love to get you guys on By the next election, I'll be able to get multiple guests on. I've not got that technical advancement just now, so I'm going to just do commentary just now. But eventually, guys like Preston Journalist is doing some great stuff, and others will come on. Although I don't agree with Craig Houston just now and Dave the Silver Fox, because they want to tactically vote to get the SNP out. I just don't see the difference between the SNP and Labour. They're both wokey wefters. To me, that's not a change. That's just one wokey wefters. That's why I voted Reform, because I'm not going to change. It's not a policy change, one bunch of wokey wefters for another. I won't vote, but I'll tell you all about what happened to me in the Reform in the next few days. That Preston Journalist stuff is good. Yeah, it's good. So is Craig Houston, and so is Craig's relatively new to it, but he does some really good stuff. I don't agree with him on that, but if you keep carrying pictures of Christmas, I don't know. I'll have a wee look at the comments when I get back in the house, and I'll discuss what it is that I have to say, respond back to them if there's any responses. Some really good comments are made on this, and because it goes fast on this, I can't stop them. It means I can't actually comment completely on them. So anyway, I will see you guys later on tonight. I've not got my actual mic in, so I might be a bit blowy on this. I will get you later on. I might do a wee commentary one just now on something, if I can get it, from the Lotus Eaters, great bunch of guys down there as well. So I believe they're doing a live stream as well. I don't know if it's behind the paid wall or not. Anyway, love my baby gorillas. Keir Starmer, I'll make my prediction, shall I? I think Keir Starmer will get 440 votes, 440 seats. The SNP will be down to 24. I think UKIP Reform will be on 10, and I think the Liberals will be in second place on about 60 to 70, and the Conservatives will be decimated. They're going to be full of globalist shills, WEF shills. So we're going to have WEF shills from Labour. We're going to have WEF shills in the illiberal, liberal, undemocratic Democrats. We're going to have WEF shills from SNP, and we're going to have WEF shills in the Greens, and the Greens and the Greens and who else is that? And the Welsh Nationalists. So we've got 6 parties who are all just shilling for the globalists, which is going to resonate in the majority of seats. And because of the Conservatives, everybody who was voting Conservatives, whoever prevails, the fuse is now under the fuck the WEF. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the Parliament is massively skewed towards the left. It's not left versus right. It's the left versus the individual, the nation state, or whatever way you want to break it down. It's a left. We're now looking at a left majority, mass majority controlled Parliament. Whether it's the fake nationalists, the fake liberals, the fake Conservatives. Because the likelihood is that the Conservatives that are left, 60 to 100 Conservatives that are left, are all going to be wokey wefters themselves. They're all playing the identitarian politics out of Davos as well. Anyway, my baby gorillas, short but sweet. I'll see you later on. Oh, I like that. Oh, I just found out how to. I can see that. Let me just go through your comments. Calling others names signifies that you know nothing about them. Not my socialist denial. No respect to the interviewer. No respect to the interviewer. All right. No disrespect. Sorry, no disrespect. Vote reform, baby. Britain needs reform. David Nostradamus. in the walkie after us. Oh, where the fuck's that? 5 years to fix it, yeah. Is it Nigel? I didn't know I could do this. Excuse the typo, that's okay. Then we covered that. Nice mate, yes. Because it's true. Keep the heed. Let people be persuaded. Just talk sense. Yeah, that's very good. That's good advice. What were you saying? So the Jewish man who groomed Hitler said on the deathbed that the ideology would love I think that's oh man, that just disappeared there. I think it was love forever. Yeah, all ideologies live forever, pretty much, unless they're been died out. Anyway, my baby gorillas, love you guys.